that.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Meetings at the Zoo. I am your host, Johnny Hellcat, and with me today is Sanguine.
Good evening, all. How goes?
Not too bad. How's your day going?
Pretty good. I've had a good dinner out. My mum's visiting this week, so enjoying some dinners out with that. And hit up a absolutely fantastic gastropub that is in the area. And
now, what's a gastropub?
Gastropub is a pub that has better quality food. So, a standard pub has, like, fish and chips and the like. So, everyone knows what standard pub food is. A gastropub, rather than having that, will have, like, smoked brisket with mojo rojo potatoes. Which, it's not fancy, but it's not fancy. It's kind of this in-between of fancy and not, where you get better quality food than you'd get at a standard pub, but it doesn't feel like,
so it's
I need to...
medium end?
It's medium high.
Not high end, but not low end.
I would say it's more medium high, where it isn't low end by any stretch of the imagination, but it isn't... It's a bit above what a medium range place would be. So it's better quality than you'd get at a kind of basic mid-range restaurant.
Mm-hmm.
Really nice. And the one near me is a beer hall gastropub, which means that not only do you get nice food, but you get really nice beer.
Nice.
Which is fantastic. And this place has some amazing beers that I absolutely love. So, being able to go there is a bit of a treat. Without being a, like, $200 affair.
Yeah. By the way, hey, Broughton, how's it going?
Hello, chat. How you doing tonight?
See, if I knew we were playing your game, I would have done this in Discord and then just had you share yours.
Ah. Yeah, I'm playing, for those who weren't here, well, for everyone who wasn't here, because everyone except for us didn't hear this. I'm currently playing some Return to Moria, which is a ridiculously fun game. It's a survival crafter that is set in the Lord of the Rings universe. So it takes place some, like, 100 or 200 years after the events of the Lord of the Rings. And in the game, you are a dwarf going back to Moria, led by Gimli after the events of the Lord of the Rings. Because in the Lord of the Rings, he finds out that Moria has fallen. And it is a complete shithole. So he goes back, trying to resettle Moria with a bunch of dwarves. And shit goes sideways. You get isolated from the rest of the group. So you are trying to survive this dark, infested area. A lot of fun.
Okay.
And I keep on falling to my death, and I'm trying to get back to where I left my shit, because I thought I died in one place, but I died apparently a little bit above that, and I just died trying to get back there. So now I'm desperately hoping that my equipment from the first death is still there, and it's not the second death equipment caused the first death equipment to despawn. Because if the first death equipment despawned, oh god, I am set back massively.
Yeah.
And now I'm doing everything appropriately, so rather than jumping where I'm going, yeah, I might be able to make that, I'm now going, okay, let me just climb down these fucking ladders that take forever in order to get to where my body was left.
Alright, so I am...
Ooh. Okay, so that is there. There's where my other death was. Now I need to find a place that I can actually... Why can't I build this?
Yeah, Rotten's working on the shoulders today.
Ah, nice.
I did some shoulder work myself today, and yeah.
How did that go?
My shoulders are in pain.
So, it went decently then?
Yeah.
Because if you don't have any
No pain, no gain.
post-exercise pain, then that is a sign that you didn't really push yourself.
Yeah, my arm strength really hasn't... It's never been a thing. Like, I have really shit arm strength when it comes to most things. And, yeah, it's... I'm not going to say it's a bad thing, but, yeah, it's just one of the things, like, all my power, like, for in doing Muay Thai, it's all in my legs. Like, it's all leg stuff. And, yeah, so he...
And I just died. Oh no, I didn't die. I survived. Somehow. I'm going to die now, because I'm going to have to jump to my death. But I somehow survived the first bit.
Oh, sweet. I just got a blacksmith recruited.
Nice.
I have to wait till I get the second level, because I'm hoping that the once I get the whatever game, I don't remember what game this one's called, the dice game that they play in here. Once I get that, I'm hoping that they keep to where you can keep playing until you pretty much max out your money. I know that in 2 they have it where it's like, no, once you win 3 times, then you just get like $2,000. But yeah, that's not a... Oh, that's my level at 23. Okay, so I'm getting there.
I got back some of my shit. Now I just need to get back the rest of it. Oh god, yes.
There is a there's a guy. I was telling my wife about him. Like I'm very bad with names. So I have been calling this guy the wrong name since I met him while at the gym.
Nice.
And
always a good way to make friends.
Yeah. And he's like, "Oh, don't worry about it. Like, I don't even remember who you are." Fair enough. But anyway, there's a dice game here that I'm looking forward to. Hopefully cheating it. You don't even need to save scum for it. It's just, I mean, you can opt for it, but I'm more over just like, hey, let's allow me to make a lot of money. But yeah, he's back to the guy. He is a big Irishman, is what I guess how I can describe him. And just, he's intimidating, but once you actually like start talking to him, he's actually really nice.
Big friendly bear.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's one thing that I'm always slightly confused when I hear people talk about, oh, I'm really nervous of going to the gym because what if they treat me mean? And I'm going, okay, it's clear that you haven't been to a gym, because if you go to a gym, the biggest dude in there 9 times out of 10 is the one that's like, oh, do you need help? Or do you need a spot? Are you new to the gym? Do you want a hand? Here, I can show you how to do this. Because gym bros are just physical nerds to a good extent, where they're excited to show other people their interest and they want other people to also be interested.
To a degree, I would think so, but there are, of course, negatives to every positive there.
Oh yeah, there are exceptions. You'll meet the asshole at the gym, but more often than not, when I've gone to the gym, I've seen other big dudes doing the same thing, and when I was a major gym rat, my response to seeing someone first time in the gym was, hey, do you need a spot? Do you need some tips? I can help out. Rather than, what the fuck are you doing in my gym?
Yeah. Let's go up.
And I'm descending yet again. Hopefully this time I survive my descent. But right now, I currently have bats trying to fucking murk me as I'm going down ladders, which is not fun.
Let's add pun. Sergey.
There we go. Now then.
Oh, that's right. Oh, no, never mind. I'm not going to worry about that.
We go down down this ladder. Avoid the bats while I go down this ladder. And then go down this one. Wait, no. Shit. The bags are back up there. Fucking hell. Can you go to the bottom rather than getting stuck on that weird fucking ledge up there?
Short answer, no.
Yeah, I keep falling to my death in a similar area. And rather than the bags going to the bottom where it's easy to get to, they end up at this weird fucking crest area. There we go. Now I can kill the bats that are trying to kill me. Now I need to survive, get down from here, so I can get to the area that I was actually trying to get to. Okay. I have survived that segment of my run, and now I can actually get to the area that I was trying to get to and see if I can seal up the taint that I was trying to get.
Taint?
Yeah, there's this corruption that is spreading through the area. I have no clue what the fuck to call it other than the shadow or the taint, because it's just this pool of purple goo that if you walk through, it causes damage to you. So it is definitely bad. It is definitely fucking with me, but I don't know exactly what it is other than weird pool of dark corruption.
Gotcha.
So I'm trying to figure out what the fuck this thing is, and I just got the ability to seal up one of the springs of corruption. So I'm trying to get down to it so I can actually seal it. Ooh. And I hit the wrong button, and that resulted in my death because I hit the button and it pulled up a different fucking screen rather than my game, causing me to die. Gotta love when that fucking happens, right?
Because why not?
Yep. I need to go through the setup of the mouse that I got. I got a mouse that has a bunch of side buttons, and for some fucking reason, rather than having the side buttons be any button that you would ever want to press when you're playing a game, one of them is home.
Huh.
So, rather than pulling up, useful things or being buttons that you would want to press when you're playing a game, you can accidentally press a home button, and it just opens up that shit in the middle of your game. Which makes playing the game more difficult, to say the least.
I mean, to a degree, I guess.
Yeah, suddenly having I need to block. Oh, I just pulled up my home screen, and now I'm fucking okay. Not exactly fun.
Not ideal.
Yeah. So I'm going to have to pull that up so I can fiddle fuck with the controls, so I actually have that button set to something that is at least moderately useful when gaming. Or at the very least.
This mouse
something.
has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then the scroll button.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this one that I currently have has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then scroll.
Huh.
Oh, there's my body. Jump through the baddies. Get my body. Oh, no, that didn't allow me to pick up my body. Pick up my shit. There we go. Now then. Fucking kill everything around me. There we go. Much better. And now kill the spawn. So yeah, in this game, a lot of fun because you're dicking around in the world of Tolkien, which that's always kind of fun, at least when it's done even half competently. And this one is done competently. And then you have the equipment that you get as you go through. So as you open up new areas of Moria, you get access to different materials, and you can then make
Sora.
New equipment. Hey, Sora, how it goes? You can make new equipment, and as you make better picks, you can mine different types of stone and different metals and shit like that. So it's rather well done when it comes down to it.
Okay.
This one is not the right one. I need to go to the next level. Because one of these has just something I need to rebuild in order to get rid of the darkness welling up in the area.
Actually, for my week, so a majority of Monday, a vast majority of Tuesday, and half of Wednesday were, like, the calls that I took were main escalations.
Mm-hmm.
And it got to the point where on Wednesday, if I hear the words, well, I know it's not you, and I'm like, well, you seem to be hitting me quite a bit in order for this not to be me.
Mm-hmm.
So if you could not do that, that'd be great. Well, I know I'm not. I don't want you to take this personally. Then why are you saying I'm doing this shit?
If you don't want me to take it personally, perhaps stop saying you.
Yeah.
Because when you keep saying that you are doing things when talking to me, it kind of sounds like you're saying I'm doing those things.
The unfortunate part of that, Sora, is I can't just hang up. I have to roll with it. Which is unfortunate. I do have to roll with the punches.
Okay. Well, this... There we go. I'm close enough that I can actually repair this shit. You're supposed to light up and do things so that I can not have the pool of darkness. Why aren't you doing that? God damn it. I made the thing and it's not working.
Whoops.
Yep. And I'm about to die again. Fuck's sake. Because it didn't do the thing it's supposed to do. I fucking died. I hate that. I hate that. I can deal with dying when it's my own fucking fault. But when I activate something that is supposed to do a very specific function, and then I die because it doesn't do that function, that is infuriating. And I swear to God, if this shit is on that little precipice again, even though I was nowhere near that precipice, that's gonna piss me off. But down the ladders again.
He is playing Return to Moria.
Yes, I'm playing Return to Moria, which is a very fun survival crafter, where you're playing a dwarf in the Tolkien universe that is part of an expedition to reclaim and rebuild Moria. Your dwarf gets cut off from the rest of the expedition and has to survive as they try to find their way back out to the rest of the expedition. But the only way that they can get out is by going deeper into Moria.
Yes.
So it's a fun game where you're constantly dealing with new threats that you encounter as you descend deeper and deeper into Moria. And in Moria, there's a corruption or taint that has started to seep up in certain spots that when you come into contact with it, it causes damage to you. It also seals off certain parts of Moria from you entirely. So the game is you trying to find ways to deal with the various threats in Moria as you get access to more ores, more stones, more plans on how to build shit, because when you first get in, you aren't meant to be the only person. You only have certain blueprints, effectively. But then as you go, you find more blueprints, you find more materials that you can use, and you're able to make more and more. So really fun survival crafter.
And
trying to figure out.
if you heard someone talking on my mic, that was probably my wife who's on the other side of the room. I muted when I talked to her. Unmuted when she was talking. So it has been discovered that one of the animals has peed on our bed.
Ah, fun.
And now I wish death upon whoever did it. And we're thinking it's the old lady.
Ah, there we go. Okay. So that's how it works. I need to build it, and then I need to sing to the fucker in order to make it work.
Ye old dwarven songs.
Yep. That's how I get this to take effect. And, of course, that spot is not actually marked as being corrupted, but it is insanely corrupted. So I just jumped straight into it without realizing.
Need to keep you with me, so let's get rid of you, and we'll keep you.
Now I'm at the point of my descent where I don't actually have anything to help me descend. I'm just jumping and hoping I don't break my legs.
Or you can try not jumping.
No, because if I don't jump, then I'm absolutely going to break my fucking legs. Because what I'm jumping to is just far enough away.
The clone rune, wind rune, wind rune. Should I take Camel with us? Earth rune. That's crazy enough that just might work.
Okay, so now then.
Oh, shit.
This is gonna suck, this is gonna suck, this is gonna suck, but rebuild! And sing!
So rebuild and sing.
Yep. I found another one of those things that gets rid of the darkness, and I was able to sprint over to it, rebuild it, and then get out of the pool of darkness before it started to do dot damage against me. So now I'm just singing while kind of stuck against the wall in order to ignite this beacon, in order to burn away the corruption.
Is that a piece, or is that... Oh, no, that's the rune. I don't want to use the piece yet, so counter orb.
And it worked. I got rid of the corruption again.
Do I have someone with a rune on here? Lightning orb, right there. Not runes, but orbs.
There's the thing I was looking for. Now I can teleport out of here.
Oh, an urn. Okay.
But yeah, as you go through the world, you can establish different camps in different locations. And as you establish camps, you're able to eventually repair some devices and then make some devices that'll allow you to fast travel between your different camps. Which are really nice. Just the materials for them are really, really fucking hard to find.
Yep, these husk balloons, so we'll change that here. Have you talked to us recently there, Tyr? Because, yeah, I can go ahead and bring you in otherwise.
No, the way that Johnny runs it, if he's given you the link once, unless he's had to change that link, you have the link.
Which I think I have previously. So I will send that to you in Discord.
So the game that Johnny is playing is...
Suikoden 1 right now. Which is a remaster of the PlayStation version.
And while he's playing that, I'm chatting shit about the Return to Moria game that I'm playing, which is a ridiculously fun game.
Okay.
Hey,
And Lord Master.
Hey, how it goes?
It goes good. I wanted to say, since you were playing Return to Moria, I know what your guy was singing.
Oh?
I am a dwarf and I'm digging a hole, diggy, diggy hole, diggy, diggy hole.
See, I wouldn't actually be upset if they did just go that method and went with Dwarven songs from various other media, but no, they went through and they made Dwarven songs for the game.
Well, it's still, I assumed he was singing that. I'm sorry for hopping on, Lord Master. Okay, my bad.
Not a problem at all. But yeah, they actually went through and they made it so that each of the songs is a song. They made a song for everything that you can sing. And it's not just one song for everything, so it's not like there's one song that you sing when you're making when you're digging for ore. No, there's like 5 songs that you sing when you're digging for ore.
I mean, that's a lot of attention to detail there.
Yeah. And it's, like I said, just a really fun game to go through. You have bases that you build sometimes when you're making too much noise. So if you sing too much, if you mine too much, if you dig too much, shit like that will cause your bases to come under attack.
Okay.
By the orcs and goblins that are infesting Moria.
Okay.
So,
any Balrogs?
Not yet, though. I've fought a troll. I've fought a boss orc, and there's one other big bad, or one other boss that I ended up finding. I can't remember what that other boss was. But there are bosses in certain areas that you'll end up coming across that are really fucking deadly, especially when you're alone. So, if you get the game and you're playing alone, like I am, I recommend cheese the ever-living fuck out of them.
Okay.
Because you can, and it's not cheating if it's in the game.
It's not cheating if the game lets you do it.
Yep. So, you're able to attack the orc boss before he's able to aggro on you. Fucking do it. Plink him in the head with your bow and arrow from a distance. Because fuck that bastard. He will lay the hurt on you if he gets close enough. So don't let him get close enough.
The one thing I hate about Tolkien dwarves, females with fucking beards.
Yep.
I hate it.
Yeah.
But no, I'm looking at the I'm just looking at the Steam page for it.
Mm-hmm.
And again, I just can't. I always hated that design.
The female dwarves with beards.
Yes.
But yeah, the game itself is ridiculously fun to play. So if you like survival crafters, which not everyone does, but if you do, it is definitely a good survival crafter that allows you to think through problems and also has a good progression where it makes sense. Oh, yeah, this stone is too hard for my shitty little pick that I came up with, so I need to do a better pick in order to mine this type of stone.
Okay.
Unfortunately, I'm at one point where it gets slightly annoying when it comes to that, because I have a pick that is really nice that can't mine one of the stones that I really wish that it could, and the only pick better is a specialty pick that you have to go for. So now I'm trying to get the material that I need in order to make the legendary pick rather than my go-to pick.
And I'm assuming your picks degrade over time.
Yep, but you can repair everything in the game.
Okay.
So you get scrap metal as you go through the world. You can find it, and also as you kill goblins tend to have scrap metal on them.
Okay.
And you can then pick that up and use that to repair whatever the fuck you're trying to repair. Everything gets repaired with scrap metal.
Not bad. Alright, might have to take a look at it. Oh.
And the fact that everything gets repaired with scrap metal is one of the things that I really like about the game, because in a lot of other games, it's, oh no, you need to use your ridiculously rare resource in order to repair this tool that you've been using.
Oh, yeah, you gotta go find diamonds.
Yeah, to use this tool constantly.
It's this mythical thing, but how the fuck does diamond repair this?
Yep. You need to get something that is ridiculously rare in order to repair your tool that you have to use constantly, or else you aren't able to get a goddamn thing in the game world. No, this one is, oh, okay, you need to repair most common fucking material in the game. That's your repair material.
Fair enough. Well, since you're a fan of both IPs, which versions of dwarves do you like? Warhammers or Tolkien's?
So I like
prefer.
Well, I'm going into the pro and con. So I like the depth of lore for Tolkien.
Okay.
And I prefer the way that their lore is established in Tolkien. I prefer the look of Warhammer.
Yeah.
So if there was a setting that was a combination of Warhammer look with Tolkien lore, or Tolkien style lore, that would be my preferred.
Again, I prefer Warhammers on the ground that, again, no bearded females.
Yep.
But the Book of fucking Grudges.
Yeah, which, that's cool, but there are also the grudges for Tolkien dwarfs. That isn't just Warhammer.
Yeah, but did a dwarf get so... Did a dwarf die and get so pissed off in the afterlife that he came back to life just so he could butt fuck his former best friend with his ex.
Not really, but also not really no. Because there's Durin the Deathless.
Okay.
Who's a dwarf that keeps on fucking dying and keeps on fucking coming back. He's one of the first dwarves.
Mm-hmm.
And he just keeps on coming back as kind of this Arthurian figure where he comes back every time that
His people needs him.
the dwarves need him.
I mean, I can see, because I'm pretty sure Snorri is based off of him.
Yep.
But again, Snorri can't. Oh, we're gonna be. Our people are gonna be best friends forever. All right, I can die peacefully then. And then he fucks over the dwarves.
Yep.
Nope, can't sleep. Gotta fuck with Max.
So yeah, there's definitely
Yeah,
a sense of fuck you, because it is any time that the dwarves are in need or have been fucked over, Durin the Deathless will pop up again and be like, okay, whatever the fuck is fucking with my people, fuck you.
Shit, I just had a thought. Most of the problems in the Warhammer Fantasy Universe is because of fucking Malakath.
Yeah, a lot of it is.
Like, everything of Grayson, the fall of after Lauren, the split between the war beards, the fucking the war beards, the shit with the wood elves, all fucking Malakath.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, how do you become the center of every issue in the universe in that one guy?
Fucking troll.
Like, had Malakath not have done what Malakath did, most of the violent races wouldn't exist.
Yep.
God damn. Yo, he should become a chaos god. Oh, god damn. Oh, Jesus Christ. He should get instant chaos god status for that one. Like, shit.
Okay.
Sorry. Okay, we're talking about Warhammer Fantasy. And
I have not, I know of some of the stuff, but I don't know much of the lore.
Alright, so Malakath, before all the shit went down, was a high elf. You know, well liked among his people. I think he was going to be the next High King, correct? Right?
He was the brother of the High King.
Brother High King. And he made friends with the dwarves. Like, he became best buds with their reigning king at the time. Like, best buds. And then Snorri, gets sick and he's, on his deathbed, and he goes to Malakath like, hey, like, we had such a great bromance, great friendship. Promise me that as long as you live, our two peoples will be brothers. Like, you need us, we'll come. Sure. He gets seduced by, I forget which Chaos God seduces him. I think it's Cain. No, it's his mother that gets seduced by Cain, and then she messes with him.
It's his mother gets pissed off that he's not going to be the king, because she views him as more fit for the role than Anarian.
Okay.
And due to that, she schemes, she makes a deal with Chaos Gods in order to get assistance in getting her son to be the High King. They end up leading to the fucking genesis of Slaanesh in fantasy, because I think that part still stays, where it's...
Yeah, she's murder fucked in the universe.
Yeah. She's murder fucked into the universe by what are effectively the Eldari and the newly formed Drukhari.
Yes.
And it's by the newly formed Drukhari betraying the Eldari in fantasy, if I remember correctly. And that was done in order to get Malekith to replace Anarion. Doesn't quite work out, but it creates this massive divide among their people. And the result is that the Drukhari end up fleeing because they've pissed off fucking everyone.
Yep.
And the Eldari just have a massive stick shoved up their asshole.
Don't forget that technically the Wood Elves occur because of this fucking mess split.
Yep, they get messed with because they were effectively just the elves that didn't participate in the murder fucking. But now suddenly they're dicked over because they made a new fucking chaos god by trying to murder fuck each other. Have fun.
So, alright, so the how Snorri played into this, like, I believe the no one knew that the Drukhari existed at the time when this happened. And then the Drukhari got the dwarves to attack the elves. Snorri gets and then gets uber pissed. Like,
well, they get the dwarves to attack the elves by false flagging the dwarves.
Yes.
So the dwarves
okay
were attacked and a shit ton of them were shaved, which is a massive slight against dwarves.
Yeah.
And it looked like the elves did it. The elves refused to apologize or explain or any of that because the elves are going, well, first off, who the fuck are you to demand that we apologize? Second of all, we didn't
fuck
do
you.
That shit. Fuck you. And the result is that the dwarves get even more pissed off, and by getting even more pissed off, they eventually decide, you know what, fuck it, you're going in the book.
Yes.
And the book in the fantasy setting is anytime that dwarves get sufficiently pissed off, they put whoever pissed them off into what's called the Book of Grudges. And the Book of Grudges is a checklist of all the slights against the dwarves that as they are able to satiate the grudge, they will check off.
All debts must be paid is literally their motto, and all debts must be paid.
Yep. And that includes repaying any slight.
But it gets even really good. It gets better. So the one thing I love about the Book of Grudges itself, that the dwarves must check you off. It will kill them if they don't check you off. Like, that's how much a grudge to them matters. They'll fucking die.
Yep, they have this massive compulsion to check off and to add to when needed. Which is where most of the issues with the dwarves come in, because someone will do something that they're going, oh yeah, this isn't anything. And then the dwarves will come in and go, now, you remember when we had this fucked up trade deal from 6 generations ago? And then you didn't meet their quota for the trade deal? Yeah, that's a fucking grudge. We're here to see that it gets properly paid off.
It is amazing. and you again you have the dwarves have the slayers. So when a dwarf is dishonored, shaven beard, stuff like that, they can either choose to live with this dishonor or become a slayer. They grief they stop wearing armor. They dye their hair bright red and use pig grease to like turn it into this fucking massive mohawk, and they just wade out into battle hoping to die.
Yep.
Now, there are levels. Like each time you fail to get killed by something, you increase in level. So you can go from like Goblin Slayer, basic level.
It is as you go. Anything that you manage to kill that fails to kill you, that is of a certain step up, ends up changing what your title is. So the lowest level is, as Tyr just said, Goblin Slayer, where goblins, they're nasty little bastards. They can kill a dwarf. Just dwarves are able to kill goblins fairly readily. So that isn't very high up the totem pole. That's pretty bare bones as far as slayers go. But then as you continue to work your way up, it goes from Goblin Slayer to like Orc Slayer, same kind of deal, just a little bit stronger. And then it goes all the way up to Dragon Slayer, Demon Slayer,
God fucking Slayer.
Yeah. And that's when you've really been able to just throw down with fucking anything. And it sounds like that's, oh yeah, they're being credited with a victory. And it's a way of kind of denoting how amazing the Slayer is. And yes and no, because it's also a, god damn it, you couldn't even die to that.
Yep.
How are you fucking up this bad? You have one job. Your job is to go out there and fucking die honorably. And you can't do that? Are you fucking kidding me?
Like, there's a famous duo in this universe called Godric and Felix. Godric is this dwarven slayer, and he's what, Demon Slayer now, by this point?
Godric, I thought, went all the way up to fucking, like, God Slayer damn near.
Because he's high up. Like, so, he fought dragons, he's fought vampires, he's fought goddamn rats, Skaven, and he's come out on top each fucking time. And half of that is because Felix fucking saves his life.
Yep, and he gets pissed off every time.
Yeah.
Because his sole purpose is to die honorably. And this fucking human
he's saving his ass.
Keeps saving him. But also, the human is his friend, so he can't be too pissed off. But at the same time, it's, god damn it, just, if you see him about to die, let me fucking die.
Is a cultural misunderstanding. Like, I'm pretty sure after they travel enough, he understands that he wants to die and he has to do it to attain his honor. But again, human sensibility, I have to save my friend.
Yep. And it's also the life debt, because...
Oh yeah, he does owe them life debt.
He feels like he owes him his life, so he's trying to pay that back. And in the human sense, paying back the life debt means that you keep the other dude alive?
Yeah, it's fucking ridiculous.
Yeah.
But yeah, again, in the end time, so their current king is, I forget the guy's name. Hammerfist, or something Hammer, or Hammerfist. Belagar, is it Belagar? I think it's Belagar.
Belagar Ironhammer?
Yes. their current king. So he sits on a throne with the Book of Grudges in front of him. And I'm pissed off that so he kills Queek Headtaker, but in the end times, he doesn't beat Queek to death with the book.
Oh, are you confusing Belagar and Grudgebearer?
No, not Grudgebearer. So the guy that's sitting on the throne, and he had his whole task, even though he's their king, is to ensure that the Book of Grudges is paid in full.
Yeah, that's Grudgebearer.
That's Grudgebearer?
Belagar is the one that wants to reclaim Peaks.
The Slayer King.
No, the Slayer King is a different character as well. So you have
because the whole thing for him to take 8 Peaks back is it's a 3-way battle between him, the Cursed Moon Goblin tribe, and it's a Skaven faction. I forget the name of the
Moors.
Yeah, the Moors, and I forget who leads them. But it's a 3-way battle for Kark 8 Peaks. They want it because it's technically their home. Kark 8 Peaks belongs to them.
Belagar Ironhammer.
It's exactly what it looks like, Dr. Functional.
He isn't the Slayer King. The Slayer King is the... I'm trying to remember what... Karak Kadron, I want to say?
King. Warhammer.
Is the character that he...
Alright, so the Slayer King is Umgrim Iron Fist.
Yeah.
And, cause I forget who the other king is. Because they're technically, it shouldn't be, but they're... You're right, it should be Grudgebearer.
Yeah. Grudgebearer is the one that is trying to complete the Book of Grudges.
But he doesn't, in the end times, he does not beat Queek to death with the book. And he should. That should have been that should have been everything he did. Beat Queek to death. Queek Headtaker, mind you, the death with the book.
Yep.
Yeah, Thorgrim Grudgebearer, you're right, my bad. He is the current High King.
Yep. Yeah, Belagar is just trying to retake...
No, Ungrim is trying to retake 8 Peaks.
No, Ungrim is the Slayer King.
And he's trying to retake 8
Belagar Ironhammer is trying to retake 8 Peaks because Belagar Ironhammer was... His family was the one that was the leadership of 8 Peaks.
Yeah, because he's from Kazakh Kadrin. Goddamn, how do I get these fucking...
See, I fucking even remembered the goddamn name of the Slayer King's home. It was Kazakh Kadrin.
Yep, you're right, Belagar. Goddamn, see... And I remember. So it's the fight is between the 8 Moon, the Cursed Moon, the 9 Goblins, under Skarsnik. Queek Headtaker is the other warlord, and then it's Belagar. All 3 of them want 8 Peaks for 3 different reasons. It's their ancestral home for the dwarves. The current occupants are fucking the Cursed Moon tribe, and they're not giving it up. And then
the current occupants are a splinter of the Cursed Moon because the reason why he's trying to retake, why Skarsnik is trying to retake, is because the orc boss or the goblin boss rather, that he left in charge when, well, fuck it, I should be in charge. And that doesn't fly with orcs. You want to take my people? Fucking have at me.
And Queek wants it because it is a great launching point to the Empire. Like from there, you can attack the Empire, or you can take you can attack the what else?
Are you gonna attack me? Random?
No.
Enemies?
Nope. Not gonna attack you. I was pissed when Warhammer when Total War added fucking 2 new characters that never existed in lore. Well, 1 character that didn't exist in lore.
Which one?
Fucking Kylastra. from for
blanking on that.
Vampire's Coast.
Oh, the Banshee.
The Banshee. Yeah. When you have Arness Assault Spike, who is canon, and you could have taken you have the Dread Pirate. I'm pretty sure you could have added someone. You could have picked another named person from the Vampire Coast, or you could do somebody from like RB. Plenty of pirates you could have done.
But,
You ever think we're gonna get RB?
They need to flesh out the rest of the Pirate Coast, because Pirate Coast is hurting.
Yeah. What they should do is they should make it a multi-faction characters from multiple factions. And they should move over Fellspark from was it Fellspark? Fellspite from
Drakari.
yeah, move him over to the Vampire Coast, and instead of naming the Vampire Coast, rename it to like the Pirate Coast or the Pirates. Get one of the Skaven that do sea shit. I forget. I don't think there are any Skaven that do sea shit. Oh. But my question is, you ever think we're gonna like get RB or End or any of the other factions like fucking Albion? Or not Albion, but any of the other fucking Albion's not in there.
Yeah, Albion isn't in there. You can get a mod that puts in Albion. And you can also get a mod for Araby. But I think that probably those will come in 4.
They make 4.
3 is a money-making machine. I don't see them going, nah, we don't want money.
Did you hear about, they blew a lot of money trying to make a looter shooter, live service looter shooter that basically revolved around trannies and Sega merch.
I did not hear that.
So a while back, they were going. I think it was called. Let me look it up really quick. But they did that. Creative Assembly live service game. But they did that, and it blew fucking chunks. Creative Assembly live service. And they blew, that's why fucking Three Kingdoms never got a fucking update. Hyenas. Well, it's called Hyenas.
Three Kingdoms, while it was good, it just didn't do the amount of traffic that the others did.
So, because it's the only Three Kingdoms game that doesn't fucking Three Kingdoms. It gets up into maybe. Alright, so what they did was one of the 8 Princes DLC should have never existed. That's not the Three Kingdoms. That's after everything has been settled and the Jin dynasty is firmly in power. Mm-hmm. That never fucking happens. So they lost a lot of money with that one, especially because Chinese view the 8 Princes incident as a sort of taboo. Like, you don't talk about the 8 Princes incident.
Yeah, it's kind of like how the Catholics don't talk about the tri-papal period.
Yeah, like, you don't talk about it. Like, the 8 Princes never fucking happened. Like, as far as they're concerned, you gloss over that part of history. However, it still wasn't the Three Kingdoms period, and they should have did the Battle of Chibi around that time frame with Sun Quan, Liu Bei, and Cao Cao, or they could have did the fight at Guandu. But they didn't. like we got non-man before we got fucking Three Kingdoms.
Mm-hmm. I still absolutely love the Tri-Papal period, just as a by the by, because that is a hilarious time.
When there were 3 popes.
Yeah. Well, you know what the Tri-Papal period was and how it came about, right?
No, I know just some of the sideline events.
So the Tri-Papal period was at a point when France got pissed that Italy was the one that had the popes.
Okay.
So they went, well, fuck it. If the Italians can have a pope, why can't we? So the French had a pope. And then the Germans looked at the French with the pope and went, well, why do they get a fucking pope? And why do the Italians have a pope? If they both get popes, fuck it, we get a pope. And that is honestly how the Tri-Papal period happened. It was the French got pissed at the Italians and made their own pope that no one else acknowledged other than the French. And then the Germans got pissed at the French for making their own pope, and the Italians for having a pope, and they went, fuck it, if you guys are going to take the piss, we might as well.
Oh, man, that is fucking insane.
It's glorious. I love the Tri-Papal period, because it is this... are you guys okay?
What?
No, I'm saying that it's just a, are you guys okay moment when it comes down to that. Because it is just this, what the okay, I guess, but why? Why are you doing this? Why?
Oh, man, everybody had their hell. Like, look, I want a pope, you got a pope, I want a pope.
Yeah, this son of a bitch has a pope, so why can't I have a pope? Because there's only supposed to be one? Well, why? But what do you mean, why?
Oh, God, Jesus Christ. Oh, man.
Careful, they want 3 of them as well.
Nice. But that one was funny. I love the anti-pope shit. When they had anti-popes.
Yep.
Nope, we don't recognize your pope, so we're gonna name a different guy pope. What? Yeah.
There's only one pope, and it's the space pope.
Now, so there were various anti-popes, because one faction said no, we don't like this guy, so he's not a pope. And it gets fucking ridiculous.
There were also a bunch of things about, well, this pope might have a child. And then, of course, there's the instance of, well, this pope might be a woman?
Yeah. There's a lot of those. Oh, shit. Sanguine. Do you think we'll ever, in chapter 5, do you think we'll get papal shit for Crusader Kings?
Oh, that'd be fun. We did get that in 2, right?
Yeah, we
had it in 2.
Yeah, we had it too. We could manipulate the papal elections.
I don't see why they would shy away from it with 3, since they had it in 2.
I want them to bring back secret societies.
Mm-hmm.
For all the shit that secret societies were, when you took out the magic of the devil worshippers, the ability to turn that on and off, or is it actual magic? Is it actual magic with the rules? Mm-hmm. They were actually good.
Mm-hmm.
You had the astronomers. Or the warrior faction where you could just duel random people.
Oh yeah, I loved fucking joining the warrior faction.
Like, just random dueling people.
Yeah. Just roll into an area. Fuck you, I don't like your face. What? Duel me.
And with the way duel mechanics work now, I actually like doing duels.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's not a roll of the dice, bam, bam, thank you, ma'am. It's, you know, a minigame within itself. And add that onto the secret society aspect, that shit is kind of fun. Mm-hmm. Or will be kind of fun. Especially with, like, you can actually travel the way they have it, like, traveling. So you can literally travel the duels.
Mm-hmm.
That's gonna be fucking amazing if they ever do it.
Yeah, hopefully they add that shit back in. I think that bare minimum, each game should return what they added in previous games. Ideally, adding to what they had in previous games, but bare minimum, it should be that each game is at least a straight upgrade with that.
Wild idea, hope and pray. I like World Randomizer. I think we should get that back too. I want the World Randomizer.
I can understand keeping that as a mod.
In-game content. No, keeping it in-game content like, all right, we're done with the game. We're not getting any more DLC. Here's a World Randomizer. If they do that, I'm more than happy because that added replayability to the game.
Yeah, but I also get saying, well, rather than doing that officially, just having it so that a mod does it, because we're trying to set up the game to be you start in your area. Mm-hmm. So if you want to have a randomizer, yeah, sure, knock yourself out. You can mod that shit in. Dead easy. But not making it an official release, I can understand that.
So I have a question for you guys. Being that we're at the point in the game where they're talking about the burning mirror. Which is essentially a death ray. That is used by the sun.
The Archimedes...
Yeah, the parabolic focal point of a burning mirror. Given a little more dramatics with it. In real life, wouldn't it take a significant amount of time for something like that to actually burn anything? So,
it was something that Mythbusters tried. It's the Archimedes Death Laser was what it was called when Mythbusters did it. The idea is that you can focus the sun onto a spot and make it so that that spot burns. You can. That is 100% true. You can focus the sun into a spot.
Well, kids with magnifying glasses did that all the time.
Yep. The issue that they have with the Death Laser idea is focusing the number of mirrors and magnifiers that you need at the same time, at the same point, is prohibitively difficult. Whereas, if you had a single device, so there's a bunch of people that will take the polarizing layer of, I think it's TV screens. And they'll use those in order to melt shit. And yeah, you can absolutely do that. It melts shit surprisingly fast. But again, the problem is aiming as many mirrors as you would need to in order to be able to do it quickly within the time frame that you would have in order to burn something at that distance. Yeah. So if you had sufficient, effectively, AI tech, yeah, you could do it. Without AI, no, you can't. It is effectively impossible because you can't focus the number of mirrors and magnifiers that you need to in order to make it actually function in a timely manner in the short period of time that you would have to actually target something.
Uh-oh.
Because you would need to not only track it originally, but if it's a moving target, you would need to be able to keep it tracked onto that target throughout the entire burn time.
And quick aside, Hellcat. This is the part of the game that makes me think, given what we know, that someone had the sun rune here. Like, that's the only fucking way that mirror could have worked. Like, someone had the fucking sun rune here, which is fucking odd.
I mean, probably, but typically that can only be equipped by women.
I mean, there are a lot there.
They tend to be about 50% of the population.
Yeah. But even then, no. It's not the sunroof can't be equipped by men. It's just that it never chooses a man because it's usually in the Queen of Elena.
Yeah. Well, most of the time, I don't think it's ever had a male
Host.
Yeah.
Well, that's fair. Oh, now that I think about it now. Because again, you Godfrey equips it, if I'm not mistaken, or tried to equip it, and it fucked them up.
No, it's rejected him.
Okay, makes sense. Because you get the Dawn rune in 5.
Yeah.
And fucking your bodyguard gets the Dust rune.
Leon.
Anti-Shine Leech, you can go to hell. Best line delivery ever. There's still fucking. I wish the game would continue. The series would continue because there's still runes that we never seen. True runes we never seen.
Yeah.
We never seen the beast. We've never seen.
No, you see the beast in 2.
The true beast.
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't know that.
Is that not the true rune?
No, I don't think it's a true rune. I don't think you see the true beast rune.
I know that they. I know that they mention Hyosuk, but they never actually bring him out.
Beast rune.
And he's got the circle rune.
Imagine just seeing counterfeit beast runes.
Well, no, because it's in Holy Harmonia. No, it's the true rune refused to take be contained by Holy Harmonia, and Luca had it. Luca Blight.
Yeah.
Took interest. So maybe it was in 2. Maybe, But you never see the circle rune, and that's in Harmonia. Yeah. You never see well, you see wind, you see fucking earth. You get water, fire, and lightning.
Yeah, that's all in 3.
That's all in 3. You see the moon rune, which is in 1, 2, and 3. Technically, gate is in all of them.
Yeah.
Because fucking Jenny has it. Not Jenny, Vicky. So you see 1, 2, and 3.
That's the blinking rune. That's the
teleportation rune.
Yeah. The gate rune is what's her face? I can't remember her name.
True runes. There we are. All right. So beast, blue moon, circle, dragon. You see dragon. You don't get it, but you see dragon, gate. Windy. Windy has front gate, and Lekna has back gate.
Yeah.
Boom,
Like
boom,
that.
test.
That's the one.
Night Rune is on.
Necklord.
You never see Night Rune. Yeah. Victor has it. Victor, and because it's Edge, supposedly. Beginning, you see beginning. You see punishment. Soul Eater there. You see fucking Sovereign. Do you see the rune of change? Nope, you don't see the rune of change. Nope. Ah, well, here it is. Okay, true rune. One, they all appear there. Is Blinking a true? No, Blinking's not a true.
It's not. I don't think it's a true rune, but I think it's like. Oh, here we go. Let's get us some money.
Because there are 27 true runes, and this only has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. 18 of them, so it's not all of them. Because there's sword and shield.
That's 2.
No, I'm trying to see what the runes they're missing on this one. Because I'm at supposedly Suki source. Oh.
Come on, bitch.
Yeah, black sword. There it is.
4.
Again, there's a lot of runes that you've never seen. I would love them to continue the stories. I would love them to fucking answer the question if fucking Laszlo is Lino's son, even though he fucking is.
Oh, you bitch.
So he's technically fucking is his own sister. Sanguine. So in 4, in Suikoden 4, you play as an orphan, right? Mm-hmm. And come to find, you meet the king of I forget the. Yeah, he's the king of this island nation, and he tells you, "Hey, you know what? I lost a son to the sea, and I don't know what happened. He would be about your age. That's kind of funny because I was found adrift in the sea, and they never make the connection. Like this is what he tells you." And it's heavily implied. Now, there's a spin-off game called Suikoden Tactics where you see your character it's a prequel to 4. And you see your character as a kid. And he had the name Laszlo, which is the name of the son of the king.
Yeah.
Heavily implying.
No one said the king had to be smart.
He clearly wasn't. Because again, he makes the observation like, yeah, I had a son and then he got lost at sea, but he'd be around your age. That's why, it's just so natural giving it to you for some odd reason, making you king. It just for some odd reason felt natural. Oh, I was found at sea when I was a kid. I was an orphan. You don't say.
Have a good night, Sora.
Night, Sora. He don't say. Well, here's my daughter. You can marry her. Have at it.
Inbreeding. Speed running that Habsburg
you
chin.
motherfucker.
Yes, they are. They are.
That is one way of doing it. Normally it was the sister, though.
Because your mother dies, she had the punishment rune. The punishment. She had the punishment rune, and she dies trying to get it away from the island because it's going to destroy it. It jumps from her to the king, the Kuluk guy. He cuts off his fucking hand to get it off of him, and then he goes mad like, yeah, you know what? I want it back.
Yeah, he's like, I like the power that this thing came with, and now I'm going to just take that back here.
See, I wanted the rune, I just didn't want my hand. So, can I have that back now?
Nope. Mm-mm. It gets fucking ridiculous. Like, oh, you cut your hand off to get this goddamn thing off you, and then you decide you want back. What? Yeah. It jumped from him to another guy, and it passed around for about 100 years. Then it ends up with a pirate, Barbados. Then it jumped from the pirate Barbados to your commanding officer. From the commanding officer, you use it to protect the nation, the island nation where you live, and then it jumps to you.
Nice.
And from there it was a boy, and before that it was his mother, and before that it was like...
It just gets around.
That thing is like magical herpes.
Yes, it is. It is literally magical herpes. It is. Like there are very few runes that jump around as much as that one does. Like fucking Soul Eater, who eats fucking souls, does not jump around as much. The character Ted has had that thing for about what, 200 years?
I think 400. 300 or 400 in this game. It's about 300.
Yeah, he had it for 300 years. 100 of those years he spent in isolation, and it jumped from it only jumped from him after he's been with like you for like decades. Like you grew up with him.
Yeah.
Soul Eater clearly just wanted to make sure that the soul was completely ate.
It gets a fucking around.
It grew up in a clean plate family.
A clean plate family, really. Hell, the elemental runes don't jump around as much. Like their birds have to literally give them up, and fucking Luca had to just try to destroy it before it gave him up. Maybe he should just cut off his hand.
Well, Luca was, bloodthirsty from the get-go, so there was no way he was giving that thing up.
Luca was fucking insane.
Yeah. Although, walking in on your dad railing your mom,
Well, all of them are fucking him.
It wasn't even his mom.
Your uncle dad railing your uncle?
No, they're clones. They are all Luca Cesari are all clones of the leader of Harmonia with his circle rune.
That's
his
yeah.
Yeah. His whole premise is I want
the
to
way
hold.
that he hit that H, I was originally thinking they're all clones of the Habsburgs.
No, all clones of this guy, right? And his whole premise is I want to burn all the runes. However, I can't. Technically, my clones can.
Yeah, one individual cannot have all the runes.
Technically.
Not with that attitude, they can.
Technically. But he can clone himself, so he starts a whole ass war to get 3 runes. And they were right under his nose the entire fucking time. He tried to get the true fire rune, the true lightning rune, and the true water. And lightning was under his nose the entire time. It was working for him, and he never knew. It is fucking insane. And he had
was just
2 others?
fucking his mother.
And goddamn.
Now, in all fairness, they kind of allude that they're trying to see about a thing between Laszlo and Flair, but it never. They never actually
do anything.
Because at least as far as the story itself, it's mainly something that they were gonna go for. But I think because the game was big enough as it was already, and
they never touched on it.
They never actually touch that storyline. So it's like, I think they're like, this is what we're gonna do. This is what we have time for. Take most of that story and just throw it out the window.
And it's heavily implied, though.
Oh, it's definitely heavily implied. But they never... It's like you have this entire arc of this, like... what is this? Snow White shit. Where he's like, oh yeah, he can be a ruler. But yeah, you never... It never touches it.
Oh, fucking Snow. Speaking of Snow White, Snow. His bitch ass. Oh, God.
Yeah,
they make him... So he's supposed to be your captain. Or not your captain, but your commanding officer, if you will. Like, a little ahead of you. And in a critical battle, he bitches out. He gets pussified, but you stand tall and you fight. Well, because of him, the commander gets injured, and he gets reprimanded hard, or you get promoted.
He gets punched in the face.
Yeah, he gets punched in the face. But like the commanding officer, like the enemy that was attacks again in full force this time, and in order to stop this, the commanding officer uses the punishment room to literally nuke their fleet, like just nuke it from orbit. However, it kills them. You're there when he does it, so that's why the rune jumps to you. But
yeah,
Snow
you're the closest one.
Yeah, you're the closest one. Snow comes in and sees commander's dead. You're laying unconscious because the rune just said, "All right, you're it." And he claimed that you killed the commander. However, there is no wound on the commander. He just killed over and died. Well, they believe Snow over you.
And then turn to dust.
Yeah, just turn to dust. Like, no wound, dust. They believe Snow over you.
Can't just dust people?
No.
Skill issue.
So hold on. So they believe Snow over you, who is a known coward and liar. They exile you. They put you on a fucking boat with your friends.
I just lost all my money.
They put you on a boat with your friends or your closest allies at the time, and send you off the Parthenon. They make him the commander, and in turn make him the leader of the island. He bitches out, surrenders to the enemy. You come back, take over the island, send his ass out to sea. The same way they exiled you. You can either kill him or you can exile him. And the only way to get him is you exile him. It is fucking ridiculous. When you retake the island for your nation or your army, and yes. And then the commander's assistant, who is like a surrogate mother to you, but is in love with the commander. Yeah, like I should have listened to you.
Yeah, they stowed away on the ship. They didn't actually go with him.
Yeah. Like I should have listened to you. No. Yeah, you were right. Snow is a little bitch.
Of course, the island is where you get your first bad ending, where if you just choose to stay on the island.
Yeah, it just stays there. If you kill the thing that I hate will be dead. You meet your first mermaid. Oh man. And then you see what was the Cobalt, the name Cobalt, who is just essentially a giant ass cat.
Yeah.
Running around the battlefield.
Yeah, Chipu. I remember playing. I was playing that with my eldest stepson, and we learned the skill between Chipu, Nakul, and I can't remember the third cat's name. And my eldest stepson, he was like, I think he was like 11 or 12 at the time. and he's just like, "Oh, this is going to be an awesome attack," and then it's just literally them just basking in the sun.
Them lounging. It's a massive heal, but it's just them lounging.
Yeah, it has the buildup of like them just getting ready to unleash this like massive attack, and then it's just like, "Oh, I'm just going to roll around like a cat."
Nice.
It's stupid as hell.
Oh, it's totally stupid, and it's not even really all that strong.
Oh God. What's another good group attack? The siblings in that game. The siblings have an amazing attack where they just all just jump you. Oh God. I need to go back and play that game. I need to go back and play 5. My favorite is always going to be 3, however. I swear to God, Hugo should have fucked Chris.
2 is my... 2's mine.
Hopefully, unlike the other love story that you're talking about,
No,
who are not related.
No, they're not related, but she kills his best friend.
Okay.
Alright, so granted, it's in the heat of a battle, like they attack his, they just get finished from supposedly a peace talk. And they're attacked by what they think are lizard men who are, part of the grassland tribes. And in order to escape the ambush they saw, they have to cut through their Hugo's people's tribal lands. And they decide, well, if we give them something, if we attack them, burn the village, and leave, it'll buy us enough time to escape, essentially. Well, your friend is a hothead, and he sees his family, his homeland being attacked, and he lashes out. He sees Chris, and Chris, being the badass that she is, takes her fucking sword. One good move. Kills, cuts him down.
One slash.
One hitter quitter. Cuts him down. And Hugo sees this and he vows revenge on her. Problem is that like his mentor figure, Jimba, is her father. And it gets complicated. It really does. As it goes on, it comes to find out that it was a setup. Like the peace talks that went well, and
just lost my internet for a second there.
Oh, you're still online. I'm watching.
It's currently loading on my side.
Nope, you're still online. Yeah.
Okay, it finished the loading. You're back.
Okay.
There we go. Yeah, there's a big just jump in time there.
Yeah. If you ever read the manga for it, like it really plays up the fact that they have a love-hatred for each other, and it pushes more towards love because he sees her and he realizes, like, I can't kill you. Like, as much as I want to kill you, I can't.
Well, you can. It's just a matter of putting the knife in the right place. Now, it's
No.
Emotionally he can't, but physically he can.
Physically he can, but like he is technically the leader of the rebellion because he gets the fire rune and he becomes the new firebar, which he is technically the leader of the grassland tribes. The Firebringer, yeah, sorry. He's the leader, he becomes the Firebringer, and he's the leader of the grassland tribes. Mm-hmm. They unite under his banner. So he can't kill her because she's technically the leader of the Xenon Confederacy, and he needs their forces to win against the Harmonian forces. He can't win against them by themselves. And she also has the true rune of her own. He gets her father's true rune, which is the true water rune. Yeah. It's weird. It's fucking.
Okay.
So that's why you want them to fuck.
I do like that this game is. He's rolling 1, 2, 3s, which means he's got to pay double.
Yes.
So Let's see if we can just keep this ball rolling for a bit. Triple ones, I'll take that. Cost roller triple. Alright, I am maxed out.
Yay!
So I am not continuing. I will go
Buy a whole ton of shit.
buy some shit. I've already maxed out my blacksmith stuff, so far so good.
Get all the really popular runes.
And since I can talk to Vicky,
I fucking swear to God, Vicky is she has to have a true rune. She's in every, like Jenny, she's in every game, no matter what timeline it is.
Well, she's
she has
also
to
a
have
time
true
traveler, so
I still think little Vicky is her child, because their personalities are
Is your personality the exact same as it was when you were a child?
Yeah, no, well, alright, Vicky as an adult is a complete and utter ditz and airhead. Little Vicky is this serious, by the book, hard ass. She comes off as serious and adult-like. It is hard to say that they're not the same person.
which is why Vicky actually believes that they're not the same person.
Yeah.
And even little Vicky's just like, yeah, I'm you. And she's like, yeah, I don't believe you.
Fucking Jenny is the same person no matter what time in history. Only difference is at one point she gets pink hair.
For which one?
But Jen.
Oh, Jean?
The runesmith? Yeah, Jean.
Yeah, she is the gray-haired one.
And then she gets pink hair for a game.
Pink hair for 5, yeah.
See? And I believe 5 is the latest in the No, it's not. 3 is the latest in the continuity.
3 is the
Jenny's
latest.
just a slut who cheats on Forrest.
What a whore. But she gets pink hair for a game, and 3 is the last in the timeline.
Yeah, it goes. I think it's
4, 5, 1, 2. Right.
Yeah, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3. Yeah.
Yeah. It's a. Again, I wish they would continue the series. Forget the other game they tried to do. Even though I like the premise, you had this. It was essentially Covenant of the Plume, but for Sweetikin.
Actually, I have the PSP game.
You did? Sweet.
Yeah.
It was essentially.
It's Japanese. It's in Japanese only, but there's actually a mod that they made for the ROM that translates it.
Nice. Again, it's essentially Covenant of the Plume, but for Sweetikin. In Covenant of the Plume, you had to sacrifice people to the plume to get power and shit. So you had to sacrifice characters. I think it was Sweetikin Tarkus.
Terkus, or something like that.
Yeah. It's a complex and convoluted game system series. I wish they would bring back Breath of Fire. I liked 5. I think 5 was a good entry.
Is that Dragon Quarter?
Yeah, it took the game into a post-apocalyptic future, which it kind of was going that way when you think about 4. Like, it was the only way that game could have went. I mean, if you follow this logical conclusion. Because you started, you literally banished the gods from the universe. You sent all the gods home. Like, without gods, eventually y'all gonna fucking fight. Shit, I wouldn't mind a more medieval style Breath of Fire.
Yeah. Oh, where is the feather? Oh, it's in the other village.
Ah.
Oh, well. Double fur capes for everyone.
Yeah. What's another series that it was a good RPG series that should come back? Oh, Wild Arms should come back. I think
That was the one that had the Wheel of Fate system with the attractive Native American character, right?
I don't. I've only played the first one, and I didn't play it very long.
So in 3, which was on PS2, they had a Native American character, but he was they did a Western style game. Like it was a RPG set in the Western universe. So everyone had fucking guns.
Yeah, but wasn't it the female lead was a...
Nope, female lead was essentially Annie Oakley.
Oh, I might be confusing the game, because I remember a JRPG where there is an attractive female native lead.
You're talking. I believe you're talking about Shadow Covenant, because I have that, and she. Yeah, I was like talking about Shadow Covenant because that Wild Arms never had a Wheel of Fate system.
Undress while doing attacks in that game. Okay. Yeah, I'm thinking that one then.
Because Wild Arms is post-apocalyptic Western, essentially.
Okay.
And the one you're thinking about is, I won't say modern day, but roaring 20s World Trotter.
Sounds about right.
Yeah. Shadow Covenant.
Okay. That's one that should make a return.
Shadow Covenant, yeah, right.
With the attractive native lead, of course.
Hopefully. Shit, what's another good one fuck, it's a game called Gladius. It's essentially an arena style RPG where you're going around different arenas and a world map, essentially fighting fucking battles. It was fun, and I think they should give that an update. I think that would do well. What's another good RPG that should make a return? Let me check. ROMs.
They need to get back to turn-based Final Fantasies.
Fucking yes. I'm so tired of action RPGs.
I don't mind action RPGs, but there needs to be
not everything should be an action RPG.
Yeah.
Action RPGs have their time, they have their place. There's nothing wrong with action RPGs. They just aren't... It shouldn't be that every RPG is an action RPG.
Every RPG made lately is a fucking action RPG. Like, Valkyrie Profile should never be an action RPG. Like, What the fuck are you doing? I don't think Final Fantasy, any of the Final Fantasy should ever have been action RPGs. Like,
I'm okay with one here and there because they want to tell a specific sort of story. Sure, throw it an action RPG if that works better for the sort of story that you're trying to tell. Boom, done, dusted, fantastic, beautiful, good to go.
You know what they should, and this is a definite, they should do this, but with, like, say, for example, Crisis Core. Not Crisis Core. Was it Crisis Core?
Final Fantasy Crisis Core? Yeah.
That's the one where you play as Zack.
Yes.
I can see making a main game, like, say, Final Fantasy VII, for example, where you have the turn-based elements, but there's things you can do that give you the action RPG element that would still reward you like it would if it were playing an actual game.
Like a side game, like an arcade game like that, like they did. Like, my issue with the action RPG is, you no longer control characters. You know, if you have a multi-character game, you only control one guy, and that was the downfall of fucking one of the many downfalls of Dragon Age, the Woke Guard.
But you can do an action RPG where you control all the characters, or you control which character you control of the characters, because that was one of the highlights of original Dragon Age Origins.
Well, you could essentially turn on turn-based mode, though, and I played that game turn-based.
Yeah, you could turn on turn-based mode, or you could run it as non-turn-based mode, and you would be running around, doing your shit in the game as the character that you have selected, but you could rotate through the characters that you had selected. And when you rotate through, you got different abilities, because each character had their own shit. And when you're trying to set up interesting shit, yeah, you would probably swap it over to being turn-based so that you could get all your characters set up properly, or you'd pause it so you could get all your characters set up properly. And then you'd go back to the ARPG, because there were times when ARPG was the better way to go for your characters at that time. Because when you're going through a mook that you can just mow down without having to think, yeah, give me just ARPG, I'll hack and slash, fucking right, go on my way. When I have to think for a moment, I want it to be a standard turn-based JRPG, which there's a lot of games that do that. There's, what was it, Arcanum? I want to say it was Arcanum did that ages ago, where it had a turn-based mode, or it had a live-action mode, where you would just run through, and it would go like a dream. And when you wanted to, you could swap between the two. So if you were in a difficult fight, you could go, hold on a moment, I need more control than this allows. And you'd swap over, and you'd be able to do that. Or anytime that you saw that your opponent was using a ranged weapon, you'd swap, because ranged weapon without it being turn-based, oh good fucking god, it is a machine gun. But ranged weapon in turn-based, easily done. So you would swap back and forth depending on what was going on in the game, and that worked really fucking well. So do systems like that, where you can have both, and you can swap between them as you need to, depending on how the game is going. I spent most of Dragon Age Origins in the ARPG mode, because my character was an absolute fucking nightmare to deal with for the enemies. So I didn't need to slow things down and go for turn-based, but you could do turn-based. And there were a couple of times that I did do turn-based. Just 90% of the game, yeah, I didn't need turn-based, so fucking sent my little dwarven son of a bitch into the fight. And,
of course you were a dwarf.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. Why the fuck wouldn't you go a dwarf in that? Dwarves were amazing.
Yeah, I say it like I wasn't a dwarf. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dwarf noble.
Run a dwarf noble sword and board in that game, and nothing fucking touches you.
Nope. Dwarf noble, dual wielder. Still a warrior. Just I made sure I get the perk where I can dual wield two-handed and let her rip.
Yeah, I had 2 builds that I did in that game that were my favorite builds to do in that game. One was a dual wielding of large weapons, and one was straight sword and board, because, like I said, if you went dwarf noble, sword and board, high levels, nothing fucking touched you. Everyone else in your party would keel over dead, and your dwarf noble would just be like, okay, I'll have to pick them up. Let me kill these things first. Bap, 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 bap. And you'd kill everything around you. No fucking worry. But, yeah, the dual wielder, it was just a fucking blender that you were making when you did a...
And which game is this?
Dragon Age Origins.
Yeah.
Yeah, when you did dual wielding large weapons, you just became a blender. And again, it was nothing survived long enough to really hurt you, because you just go, okay, this is the enemy, and I begin my attack, and the enemy's dead. Okay, moving on.
What the hell happened? You're done. Okay.
Yeah.
But dual wielding two-handed with legendary weapons was fucking amazing. You just cut shit down left and right. What was it? I think I took the Reaver class. No. Yeah, Reaver. Because they got a lot of great shit. And I always had a Arcane Warrior. Pissed me off when they got rid of Arcane Warrior.
Yep.
Pissed me the fuck off.
Yeah, I was a real big fan of Dragon Age Origins, so I was excited when Dragon Age 2 came out, and then I played Dragon Age 2, and I was considerably less excited.
Don't get me wrong, I love the story for Dragon Age 2. Love the story.
The story was good. The controls suddenly became shit for some reason, which was infuriating because Dragon Age Origins had really good controls. They
reused a lot of the same location. Like they claimed was either out of money or didn't care. They just pumped out a sequel because they reused some of the locations. Yeah,
they reused locations. You reused enemies. The fucking combat was jank as shit. And well, I liked the story. The dialogue options were completely fucking neutered.
Yeah, you go from actually having your character say complex shit to it's either serious, jokey, or neutral.
Yep.
So if you had a jokey character, they quip when they shouldn't be quipping. Like your mother dies, and the jokey answer would be like, "Oh, well, she's dead."
Well, at least I get to save money on Mother's Day presents.
Yeah, something quick. Like no, like at this point, your character, especially if you had a good relationship with your mother, like you let your sister live and she loved you, or you let your other sibling live, that could have been dead and shit.
Yep.
So you should have had a good relationship with your mother, and to have her just, and the way she died is even worse because she gets blood magicked she gets killed, her head chopped off and put on a corpse of a woman, and use blood magic to keep her alive.
Yep. Yeah, it was someone trying to Frankenstein's monster the perfect woman.
Pretty fucking much, yeah.
So it was a fucked up death for the character's mother. And yeah, your character should have a reaction other than, well, I get to save money on Mother's Day now.
Or I'm going to destroy the planet because I'm angry. Or,
Yeah.
Mom.
Yeah, but what they did was they gave you just answers that they didn't live up to the first game's answers, and they didn't live up to the stories that the second game was telling.
Yeah.
Which is probably the more damning thing, because if it was that, yeah, the responses sucked, but the responses kind of all fit with the story that they were telling, okay, I could potentially go, yep, I can make an allowance for that. It's not the dialogue options that I would have wanted, but it fits with the rest of the story, so they went for story over character, which I have some objections to, because it should be the character is how the story happens, so you shouldn't have to do story over character. It should just be you tell the story using your characters, and your characters naturally come out in the story. This is the reason why it is a cardinal sin to me of writing when someone has to change the character in order to have the story happen.
Yes, a scientist character needs to do something completely and utterly dumb that would break their character's logic.
Yeah, you make it very clear that this character is brilliant, and rather than them being brilliant, you go, well, if they were actually smart, then they wouldn't fall for this thing that we want to have happen in the story. So rather than them being smart, we're going to make it so that they are dumb, but they're dumb just for this moment, just so that this story element can happen.
That is the same reaction I had to Tony Stark in Far From Home. Like, Tony Stark, who is supposed to be this futurist, who knows that mind control exists, who knows that people snap for any reason, does not create a failsafe in his goddamn machine that he gives to a child.
Mm-hmm.
It breaks his character in so many ways.
Yep.
Like, the story had to happen. No, the story didn't have to happen this way.
Yeah,
it breaks his character.
If you ever say, well, this is the only way that the story can happen, your story's bad. Scrap that story, start over. Or your writers are bad and don't have the ability to actually write the story that you're trying to get them to tell, because they can't communicate it, so it will just end up shit. So either scrap the story, start over, and come up with a story that actually works with your characters, or if you want to keep the story, scrap your story writers so that you can get someone who can tell the story that you're trying to tell. Those are your two options, because a good writer will be able to come up with some way of getting the character to do XYZ without it breaking the story, without it breaking the character. Because there are ways. You want your character to be on the run from people that were their friends? Okay. So would your character do something that would cause their friends to try to hunt them down? No, the character wouldn't. Okay. So that gets rid of that option. Let's look at, is there a way that one of the friends could be tricked into thinking that the character did something? Oh, that might be possible. Then go for that fucking option.
Or if it pisses me off. I'm not a huge Iron Man fan. I'm I don't like Tony Stark. I don't like the Iron Man comics, to be honest with you. But I know that Tony Stark is a futurist. Like, that's his whole thing. He plots and plans. He is literally, he leads the Illuminati in the comics.
Yep.
You know, so he would have seen, and he knows that mind control exists and people go crazy for any old reason. People snap. So he should have a failsafe in his devices to protect just in case. Giving him the keys without giving him a check and a balance is not something Tony would do. Even if he did trust him, people go crazy.
Yep.
And he had to deal with a crazy person. Hell, shit, he should know about the fucking the scroll. He should know about it.
There's things constantly in a bunch of different stories. So, yes, in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, there's a shit ton of examples where people should know things. There's a book series that I really fucking liked. At least the first few books of the book series I really fucking liked. It was the Red Rising series.
Okay.
Effectively, Space Roman Empire with designer humans.
Okay.
And a Spartacus-like slave revolt that actually fucking works.
Okay.
Really fucking interesting premise. It started out really well done. It defined what its characters were, and it made sure that the characters acted in accordance to their character. Which, yes, that's what having a character designated is supposed to end up being. It is supposed to be that when you come up with this is how this character acts, that when the character gets put in a situation, that is how they act. That's what the fucking way of writing a character is supposed to be. You have your character, and then you have them interact in the way that the character should. So if you make a character that makes it very clear that they will not blithely fight a friend because they know that every single fight, doesn't matter how good you are, doesn't matter how bad your opponent is. In fact, in many cases, your opponent being bad makes it even harder if you're really good at keeping them alive. There's a chance that you will kill the person that you're fighting against. And if you're friends with that person, there's absolutely no reason that you should ever go, yeah, I'm willing to accidentally kill this person blithely. It should be, you think through this shit, you know exactly what you want to do, you know exactly what you're going to do, and you don't fight your friends because there's a chance that your friend will die and it will eat you up inside. And then the book decided that, yeah, we know that we established through the first 3 books that this is the way that this character operates, and that there's absolutely no terms that he will allow this not to be the way that he operates. But we wrote ourselves into a corner here, and we want the character to do XYZ, but if we keep what we stated in mind, he's not going to do XYZ. So what we're going to do is we're going to completely override all of that character that we developed for 3 books. And you're just going to ride along. No, I'm not. You tell me that this is the way that this character thinks. You stress how important this viewpoint is to this character. And then you have that character violate that? I'm not going to just go, oh yeah, awesome. He fought a friend and then cut off his head by accident. Oops, that shit happens. Big misunderstanding. No, I'm going to go, this son of a bitch knew that this was a danger. This is why he had been so clear that he would never fight a friend over bullshit. And that's enough to get me to tap out of a book. It's just about the only thing that makes me tap out of a book. When it's something like that, when it's this character has this sort of motivation, this sort of personality, this is what drives this character. So when you see this character, you know that these are going to be the traits that they have. Oh, except for right now, because we need the story to happen, and we couldn't figure out a way of making the story happen without fucking over the character. It pisses me off every time.
Again, I agree. Crap.
If I was fighting a boss right now, I would end the stream, but I'm kind of stuck.
You're fighting a boss.
Kind of stuck. So
we're fighting your boss so that you can get out.
Yeah.
Well, kind of. Well, also
that dude has the weirdest looking dick.
Yeah.
It shoots fire.
Ew.
That's not how a dick is supposed to work.
he had the burner herp.
Yeah, it burns when I pee to a whole new level.
It burns when I speak. Well, at least he could fuck a pussy and give head at the same time. So, yeah. Well, okay, well, I guess the fight's over.
Yeah, now I just need to escape.
Save.
And can I use... Oh, thank God.
What?
I used an escape talisman.
There you go.
So... Finally, I can go to bed. Alright, so tomorrow, Sanguine, since it is the beginning of the month...
It will not be me.
Who will it be?
Adam.
Alright.
It will apparently be Adam.
So join us tomorrow when Adam will be hosting. And with that, the zoo is closed. Go get some sleep.
Have a good night, all.
Have a good night.
Good night.
And then hit the right button.
Push the button down.